I've got a secret. No, I don't have a secret. That makes it sound like I know something.
Oh, like, what do you know, dog?
I've got a feeling, and this is my feeling. My feeling is everybody is in cahoots. I think the camera companies and the rumor sites are in, let's say they're in the same bed.
Can we get in? Like,
Can we get in the bed?
Can we get in the bed?
Can the two dudes on the couch get in the bed?
We got plenty of space. No, what's crazy is like we don't get no insider information. I do believe you though. I know where you're going, and I fully agree with you.
I think sometimes, right, like right around big camera drops. Now, to be fair, thousands of people have to get information because they're about to put it on retail, or they got to update the websites, or they get the emails of something coming. So when it goes from corporate then to like out into the world, stuff's gonna leak.
Well, it's almost impossible because I remember when I worked at Best Buy, this was years ago. Nobody cared about most of the stuff that we saw, or at least we didn't have the internet to like, wow, that makes me sound really old. We didn't have like YouTube channels, like keeping up with like leaks, and I guess there were forums, but I didn't keep up with that stuff, right? But the way we would see stuff, like 2 weeks before it would actually come out, and we'd have a meeting, and they'd be like, "Hey guys, by the way, can't talk about this stuff, but you know, we got these new drones coming in. These are like the layouts, and like." They would give us like all the like papers and everything to put on the shelves and all that, right? Well, somebody had to design that. Yeah. So that person knew even before we did. Yeah. And I can tell y'all, had I known that there was a whole world to this whole leaking stuff, I would have probably leaked everything.
You could have been charging, bro.
Bro, I would.
How much you want to know?
Bro, I'll take pictures and send it to you. I don't care. Like, you gonna pay me more than Best Buy's gonna pay me. Yeah.
So you guys may or may not have seen it by now, but dang, they didn't even. I feel like with the A7 IV, they tried to crop the dude's hand out, bro. They did not care.
Somebody they said this guy.
We have a whole leaked image of the R6 Mark III, or what we think is the R6 Mark III.
Yeah, there's a couple things that I'm interested in. One, I think the image is interesting. Right. And obviously the person went through enough time and energy to actually notate everything that's new on the image.
This is from Canon Rumors.
But also, are we looking at a new lens? Like, I think there's two things happening here. Because Canon tends to try to drop, if you're going to go out and shoot a big campaign, and you're also going to drop a new lens at the same time, could we be seeing a lens with camera release at the same time? They try to pair those things together. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Is this well, it looks like it has an extender on it. But is this the 300 to 600?
That goes to 600 to 1200?
600 to 1200. So anyways, the reason why we think that this may be the R6 III is because this camera doesn't exist in Canon's lineup. When you look at the button layouts and you look at the features of this camera. So traditionally speaking, why we think it's a full frame camera is the eye cup doesn't come, this type of upgraded eye cup doesn't come on the crop censored bodies. And so that's another thing. It looks like there may be a faint tally light on the right side of the camera. And then also on all the crop body cameras, they have the silver place where you put the camera straps instead of the black ones. The black ones are for full frame. So because these are black,
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this could be the R7 Mark II because the R7 Mark II is supposedly getting the professional body upgrade.
That looks huge, though. That would be huge for a crop sensor camera.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like we think that is the R6 Mark III, and here are some of the specs and why I might be big mad if these specs are true. So we're talking about taking the 34.2 megapixel sensor from the C50, which would be dope. A little bump, new sensor. Taking 13 megapixel stills.
Why does that seem like a shot in today's world? New sensor.
New sensor. Not reduce, reuse, recycle. New tech. All right. So we also dual pixel autofocus with multiple subject detection. Kind of cool. 6.5 stops of IBIS. Hopefully no more corner wobbles. That'd be great. Pre-capture in this camera, which would be dope. That'd be super dope.
That'd be really sick.
Super dope. And then 40 frames per second. What? That's R1.
That was like I say, that's R1 numbers.
This is where the rumors be getting cracked out. A little bit.
No, let's go.
Like when we were listening about a little cracked out. All right. And then the big one, open gate.
So I have a question.
Yes.
If the R6 Mark III gets open gate.
Yes.
But we do not get a software update that brings open gate to the R5 Mark II or the R1, is that a fail?
I'd be big mad. Not gonna lie. Bro, I'm happy for you, R6 Mark III, if that happens.
You could always buy one too.
But share in the wealth, dog. Share in the wealth.
I mean, to me, there's a few things, to consider with the R6 Mark III possibly getting it is, for one, it's on a sensor that already supports that. Like that they've already tuned for that, specifically for video. Mm-hmm. The other thing that it makes me start thinking about is, when you come out with a camera like the R6 Mark II, you know exactly, or R6 Mark III, you know exactly the size of the sensor, the photo diodes, you know how it can write to the cards properly to be able to handle that at a 6K resolution. Shout out to Connor, who just became a member. But Lordy, could you imagine 8K open gate? I think if Canon could have done 8K open gate, they probably would have just stuck that 8K sensor inside of what the C50 is, because they've never shied away from having 8K resolution. The R5C had 8K resolution.
I can see that.
So I would not be surprised. Man, Connor became a member before he became a subscriber. Shout out. But like, I could see, like, if they could have done an 8K open gate, I think that would have already come.
So this is what I'll say in this, because like we've been pushing this for the C50. Give us different flavors of open gate. Like, I don't necessarily like having 8K open gate raw would not be what I would want in the R5 II.
This man shooting 1 terabyte a second.
And it's we got about 30 minutes record time. That's where I would somewhat agree with you, that I would be a little bit shy, or I would understand maybe why they're thinking maybe no open gate for the R5 II, just because of overheating, battery life, all sorts of different things. But give us a 4K open gate. Give it to us in codecs that aren't raw. Come on now. Yeah,
I noticed that with Canon. They don't tend to like to use lower data speed codecs. Like how Sony, their stuff like maps out at like 200 megabytes per second at the high end, but realistically a lot of people probably shoot around 100. Canon doesn't have any good codecs. I'm not going to say they don't have any good codecs, but they don't really seem to like prioritize codecs of smaller file sizes.
They want you to go to full HD.
Well, and it's
to drop super low,
and that's what I'm saying. Like it's nuts that they don't have a little bit more compression. Now, granted, I know that like compressing on the camera is very difficult.
Yeah,
like it's a very difficult process, and why a lot of cameras do overheat. And it's one of the reasons why I think a lot of Sony cameras tend to overheat a little bit more, is because there's a little bit more compression on the data. But it's definitely gonna be an R6 Mark III that can do what an R1 can do, but also on the video side comes very close to a C50, I think starts to toe the line of like, do you really need a C50, or can an R6 really get you by?
Ooh, if you really like an EVF. Ooh, that's crazy. I think there will be some people, because I'm sure the C50 will never overheat. I mean, obviously, anything can overheat. But, like, Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out this clip. If you enjoyed it, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other content just like this. And if you didn't like this video, it's not my fault that Canon rumors are better than their actual cameras. I'm just reporting the news. Gosh, all these Canon haters.